Did you know it was a memorial?
No, I just thought they were building a skateboard. Actually, I knew the story a little bit. I don't know if I know the actual story, but I kind of knew it was a memorial. I didn't know the park was a memorial park, but I knew it had something to do with somebody dying, like it getting put in. Yeah.
Well, we can start from the beginning. So, 1987, there was maybe 8 skateboarders within the area. Jeff Gutzweiler and I, in '87, approached the community park and went to a meeting and asked if we could use the old tennis courts to put some ramps in and you know, somewhere we could skate that would not get us in trouble, so to speak. And we were pretty much told to go pound salt. I didn't know what that meant. I had to go ask my parents, and it was pretty much, yeah, you're not, they're saying no. So I believe it was '96. We approached the park one more time. They allowed us to put some of our old ramps and stuff into the old tennis court. Man, that was pretty cool. Couldn't believe we were able to do that. And then we had the rollerblade guys come in and start, you know, by accident. They weren't doing it on purpose, but back then when they would land on the wooden ramp, they'd usually put a hole in it. So at some point, it just got removed, and that was the end. That was it. I do believe the year after that, the borough then installed the policy of no skateboarding anywhere. You can skateboard in your driveway. That was it. That was the law.
Hundreds came together today in Butler County to remember and support members of their own community. The 6th annual Brotherhood Memorial Ride was held to not only remember 3 young men who lost their lives, but to support those who give back to their community. The 6th annual Brotherhood Ride is dedicated to honoring fallen firefighter Sam Busey, Elijah Lunsford, and honorary firefighter Trevor Barkley, who were killed in a car accident in 2010.
Well, we started the organization out of our tragic loss of our son Trevor Barkley and his 2 friends Sam Busey and Elijah Lunsford. On their way to a fire department meeting, they lost control of their car with some black ice, and they slid into the lake, and where they all drowned.
They were 3 students of mine in German 1 and German 2. They were in a class of 35, 36. You know, it was a larger size class. And of course, German classes are pretty boy heavy, so you know how that can be. Elijah was very calm and positive, very sweet. Trevor was the one to always make you smile. And Sam, you know, was very into baseball. So a lot of times he was pretty just quiet and chill. One story I like to say is when Trevor was in class, you know, of course he didn't study, you know, as well as he could have. And so after German 2, he decided to take Spanish 1, and they didn't offer Spanish 1 in the 910 building, the IHS. So when he was in 11th grade, he'd have to come back to the IHS. And every day he walked past my room, and I had this little glass window, and he would be on his way to Mrs. Miller's room, and he would put these fish lips, you know, like he would say, "Frau, I miss you, love you," you know, and he would kiss my window. And so I had all of these lip prints all over my window, and I put, you know, I told the custodians, don't ever clean those. So they were up for quite a while. I just remember that I had 3rd period plan, and I was walking upstairs to check my mailbox at the office, and one of the junior firefighters came up to me and said, "Frau, did you hear what happened?" And when a student starts off with that, it's never, you know, never positive. In
2000 something, the kids that were the firemen passed away, and the Barkleys got involved with us because the 3 kids were working on their senior project, which same idea as I had as a kid. You know, we need to build a skate park. We need somewhere where we can skate where we're not going to be harassed.
Sam was just accepted, you know, to North Carolina with a baseball scholarship. It was their senior year. It wasn't supposed to happen, and it took a while, you know, to kind of set in. Why? You know, why did it happen? You know, I just have a hard time sometimes with that, and my kids, losing my kids. You're not supposed to lose kids. They're supposed to lose us, you know, first.
Back in '87, when you're being told to go pound salt, to see that 180, all these years later, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool, and again, like the town was behind it. I never thought I'd see it.
Yeah, I remember the park being built. It was kind of random. There was a baseball field here. It's smaller now, but it was a lot bigger, and I just remember like a chunk of the field just kind of disappeared, and there were all these excavators. I had no idea what they were doing. Like, I didn't know that they were building a park until, like, I don't know. I don't even remember how I figured it out. It was just kind of there. It's because I wasn't like into skating at the time. I don't even remember what got me into it. I just, it's cool, I guess.
I was very excited whenever I found out about the park. His dream, his senior project was to build the park. And at that time, I had a lot of skateboarders in class, so they were all excited about it. But as a mom and as a teacher, I thought it would never come to fruition. It would never be a reality because it was, such an expensive project to begin with, and then to have the liability insurance. And I just thought it was a big, bite of the cake, for him to chew, to cut. And I was just hoping it would, being something that the kids could enjoy. But how long was it going to take? Was it going to actually be built?
We have Grindline Skate Park that is designing the skate park for us. And yes, it's like $620,000.
Wow.
And so we knew we had a big project ahead of us. But God has just been leading us, and we've got to where we are now, where we've raised $230,000 on our own.
That's phenomenal.
We've received a $200,000 DCNR grant,
okay.
And we have received the Tony Hawk grant.
The kids look at the fun part, but his mom and dad and step-parents and aunts, uncles, everybody pulling together. And then Tony Hawk also got involved with the engineer who was designing the park. So it all just, I just remember the day when she messaged me and said, it's getting built. And then she would send me videos of the, like the excavation and the cement's going in, and we're doing a test run. Just seeing her that happy was just unbelievable. So I'm excited to see that there are still skaters that enjoy it. That's the important thing.
The environment in a skate park is like really, really intimidating the first time you go. And I think that's for anybody, just because you're pressured. Like, after you go for a while and you like meet a few new people, and just like if someone comes up to you and talks, it makes it a lot easier. Because they were at that point too, so it's great. Over there, people used to meet like first year that this place opened. Like, these two sides would get super filled up, and like you wouldn't be able to move around. It was great. Just like so many people coming together to just do whatever. Like, not even, some didn't even skate, they just chilled. And over there was like same thing.
Back then I feel like we had more skaters that would have truly, truly enjoyed it. And if I had millions, I would have, had it built for those kids years ago. I just think interests change, and appreciation of the park. I'm just glad that it's there for the people who appreciate it. I'm just glad that there's somewhere for kids to go, because when we had all of the skaters, they were labeled differently, and if you look at the three of them being friends, they had something in common. And to me, that was to help others at the fire company. That's a mini family there. They were all good kids,
I think it's important to know the purpose of the park and stuff like that, because I feel like if people forget almost, it's like, I mean, it's a memorial park, you're supposed to remember, you know? You come over here, I'm gonna share some absolutely outstanding memories with you. The hill over there, everybody watches the skate comps. I've met some pretty great people up there. Oh, and the benches, people will like move around, and you see all the like some grind marks here and there. They'll like move around real nice and try and do tricks off of them. I've met some kid from Erie who was like slashing up the bowl. He was crazy. He was probably like 12 or something, maybe 13. Like had all these pads on, was like Powell Peralta just skating this whole big thing with his dad, and it was cool. I got the slow-mo clip of him slashing here because he wanted me to. And then, yeah, like I said, benches, very cool. And this guy, I forgot to mention, this bench was another senior project which got thrown in here, so I guess they were maybe a little inspired or something like that. I would have to say it's kind of sad that the park has to be a memorial in the first place, because it's like just a few kids with a dream, and I mean, at least it got to like get put together, I guess, but it's sad just in general that the reason why there was such a big push was because of the fact that they died in the first place. So yeah.
Whoops. It's never easy.
Almost.
Don't let it win. Almost. Come on. Yeah!
People have come from like all over the place to skate here. People will leave like their tags and their stickers, show like where they've been, where they come from, and where they're going, I guess. Anyways, the skate park makes me like, if it just wasn't here one day, I'd kind of be upset about it, because at this point, it's not only the skating, there's just so much stuff that's gone down here, like between me and my friends and like other people in my life. It's just like, if it wasn't here, it would just be like taking a chunk out of your life and just having no explanation for it, you know?
Today, I actually have only seen it, but this is another happy story. It kind of deals with the two of you and some of your friends. I had been going through my closet and found a skate park shirt, and I thought, do I keep it? I mean, I wore it whenever I would go to the fish fry. And I stopped at the bank in Zilly, and there were these skaters lined up along Walgreens, and I was like, oh my gosh. And so I just came over and started talking to you about it, and it's really exciting that the story is going to continue. You know, it's kind of like a memorial, you know, skate park.
We're always going to need help. Anytime there's a skate park, everybody should get behind it. Who's involved in skateboarding, likes skateboarding, wants to be a skater, as friends or skaters, get involved. Be a part of the tribe that we've created, and man, it'll just keep rolling, keep rolling.